Okay, let's get into this. Today we're doing a deep dive on the EnGenius EnStation6 Kit. It's this piece of networking gear that looks like it wants to completely ignore distance as a problem. Our mission, really, is to figure out how this bridge claims it can shoot high-speed internet over, fields, maybe across a small valley, that kind of thing.
Yeah, this is a really neat bit of engineering. We're talking about a two-piece kit, and it's using Wi-Fi 6, 802 times Len X. It's built specifically for linking networks outdoors reliably. And just for context, price-wise, it's currently listed around the $500 mark, give or take, sold by HDTV Supply.
Okay, so $500, but the spec that jumps out is the range. 5 miles, let me just say that again. 5 miles, wirelessly. My first thought was, okay, what's the catch? Is the speed terrible? How do you even get Wi-Fi 6 stable that far?
Right, and that's the clever part. They didn't just, crank up the power endlessly. It's about focus. The key spec here, the 19 dBi directional antennas. Internal ones. Think of your home Wi-Fi like a bare light bulb scattering signal. This thing, it's like a laser pointer. It channels all that radio energy into a tight beam aimed right at the other unit. Very little waste.
Ah, okay, so it's a point-to-point laser beam, basically. Not wasting energy broadcasting everywhere. Makes sense. But what kind of speed does that focused beam actually carry? Because, range is one thing, but speed matters.
And the speed is pretty impressive, actually. We're looking at up to 1.2 grams data throughput. That's 1,200 megabits per second total. So when you combine that 5-mile range with essentially gigabit speeds, well, it changes the game for connecting remote locations. Suddenly, you're not thinking about digging trenches for fiber optic cable, which is super expensive. You might just need line of sight.
Right. Line of sight becomes the main requirement. That makes sense for the application. But okay, if you're mounting this outdoors, maybe on a pole or building to replace a physical cable, it needs to be tough. The specs say IP55 rated weather and dust-proof housing. What does IP55 mean in practical terms? Can it handle a real storm?
Yeah, good question. IP55 basically means it's protected against dust ingress, not totally sealed, but enough that dust won't interfere with operation. And for water, it means it can handle water jets projected from any direction. So heavy rain, splashing, even getting hosed down.
Yeah.
Should be fine. Plus, look at the operating temps. -20 Celsius up to 60 C. That's a -4 to 140 Fahrenheit. So yeah, it's built for the outdoors, mount it, and pretty much forget it.
Okay, that's rugged enough. Now, the other outdoor headache is often power. Running AC power up a pole or to a remote spot is not fun. How does this kit handle power?
That's another convenience feature. It uses PoE plus power over Ethernet. Specifically, it's got a gigabit Ethernet PoE plus port, uses the 30-watt 802.3 at standard. So you just run one standard Ethernet cable up to the unit. That single cable carries both the data connection and the power it needs to run. Super simple.
And they include the injector.
Yep, PoE injector comes in the box. And the units are pre-configured to find each other, which saves a bunch of setup time too.
Pre-configured is nice. Streamlines the whole deployment. I did notice it mentions supporting up to 128 SSIDs. Seems like overkill for a bridge.
It does, yeah. But it shows the underlying capability of the hardware, maybe for future use or different modes. And it's all manageable through their N-Wi-Fi app on your phone, Android, or iOS. So wrapping it up, what we've learned is this kit gives you serious range, we're talking 5 miles, with high speeds, Wi-Fi 6 at 1.2 grams, and it's built tough, IP55 rated, all designed to make extending networks simpler and cheaper.
Right. So here's something to think about. When you have tech like this readily available that pushes reliable, essentially gigabit speeds across 5 miles just using focused radio waves, what kind of big physical barriers or long distances suddenly become, well, kind of irrelevant when you're planning out your network? Something to chew on until our next deep dive.